I'm Black Red Guard. As most of you know, I've been in DSA for going on 2 years now. I joined in August of 2023, right before October 7th. What an auspicious time to join. Why did I join DSA? I joined because, well, I like the fact that left heavy NPC, basically the executive committee of the organization as a whole, was elected at the 23 convention. So that's why I joined. One thing that I almost immediately noticed is that DSA is extremely white. And in cities like my own, St. Louis, many of the branches are comprised of white, college educated transplants. Now, knowing revolutionary history, white, college educated transplants historically do not make revolution. Do I want all the transplants to leave places like Chicago and Atlanta and St. Louis and Detroit? Absolutely not. But if your organization, if your DSA branch does not have a substantial majority of people who are actually from the city that their chapter is in, it's basically a social club for transplants. That's neither good nor bad. That's objective reality. So, why are black people that are actually from cities like Baltimore, Atlanta, St. Louis, Chicago, etc., not rushing, beating down the doors to join DSA? I mean, we are the largest socialist organization in the United States. And if there is anybody, if there is any one group of people that have pushed our country furthest towards socialism, it's black people. We had the Black Panther Party, for fuck's sake. We've paid our dues and we've earned our stripes. So why are black people not beating down the doors to join DSA? Why is DSA only 4% black after existing for almost 40 something years? Because it's really simple. Because DSA does not appeal to black people. DSA appeals to college educated, professional, managerial class white people. That's who our organizing reflects. Why are we so heavy on electoral work? Because that is what professional managerial class white people love to do. They love list work. They love spreadsheets. They love graphs. They love all of that shit. They love phone banking, all of this stuff. This is safe. But DSA is not going to become a vanguard revolutionary political party through phone banking and canvassing and graphs and list work. Is that work important? Yes. Is it revolutionary work? If it's towards a revolutionary strategy, yes. Getting AOC elected or stupidly running a presidential candidate for 2028, somebody that is going to lose, that's not revolutionary work. That's wishcasting. Do you all realize the amount of trouble that we are in this country? You literally have brown Latino people who are immigrants being deported, yet you have Trump making political hay with Afrikaners, admitting them to this country and giving them large amounts of aid. That is what we are. That is where we're at. We are a fascist country. That's why I suggest that every DSA member read George Jackson, because all the analysis that you're trying to make, he already made it 50 years ago. That's another thing. Why is DSA so allergic to revolutionary, radical black political theory? I can count, if I had a nickel for every time I've been called an ultra or a lunatic or a LARPer for suggesting that people read works such as Sakai and Fanon and Jackson, I would be a very, very wealthy man. But you'll have plenty of time to seriously engage with Michael Harrington and Crappin' Jacobin and all of this bullshit, all of these ideological toys at the imperial core, but nothing really thoroughly about actively making revolution. My chapter ain't this bad. We read George Jackson a few months ago. We also just finished a socialist night school about the rise of fascism. Very pertinent, very relevant things to be studying. But the theoretical level of DSA membership, average DSA member, is incredibly low. And why would a Black Revolutionary Organization, why would an organization like the All African People's Revolutionary Party, Community Movement Builders, PSL, people that actually provide theoretical training to their cadres, why would they engage with somebody who does not know what imperialism is? I've been to PSL held rallies, I've been to PSL meetings. PSL is far, far, far better at recruiting black and brown people. The DSA is. Because PSL is an openly, proudly revolutionary organization. Do I agree with everything they do? No. But I give credit where credit is due. So if DSA wants to address this demographic imbalance, which to our credit, everybody that I've talked to admits that it's a problem, we have to actually meet the masses where they are. A lot of people would call this tailism. You don't know what tailism is. Tailism is when you fall behind the masses. Tailism is when you show up in communities that have had uprisings with campaign flyers knocking on doors trying to get people to go out and vote for somebody that thinks that Israel has the right to exist. That's tailism. You have allowed yourself to fall behind the people. We have to meet the people's energy. We have to meet the people where they are. And the people that we need, they are radically far more advanced than the average DSA member. So we have to do political education. We have to be intentional. Are you making coalitions with revolutionary anti-imperialist, revolutionary black, revolutionary indigenous organizations? Are you actually going out, searching out the people and uniting with them, asking, how can we help? Because people can smell opportunism. This is America. If there is one word that you can use to describe this country, it's opportunism. And people are not falling for it. So that's my 2 cents. Well, more like $2. Well, more like $20. Think about it. Also, comrades of the Red Star Caucus, of which I am not a member, my caucus is Liberation, but they recently put out a very, very good article that you should read. It's I can't even remember the title, but it mentions Jaycekai settlers, and it talks about how DSA's electoral and labor organizing is reflective of the class background of the majority of members in this organization and the active class status. So, highly recommend you read it. As a matter of fact, even though I don't know the title, I recommend that it be sent out with the welcome email to every new DSA member. See y'all at convention. I'm Black Red Guard.